Hi guys, this is the review for your test that you'll have this week. So the first thing we want to take a look at is we're just factoring out, looks like I can factor a 2 out of everything and a b squared, and that's going to leave me 8b squared minus 3, and that's done. This one we can factor a 9g squared from everything, so that leaves me 2g minus 1. This one we have three terms, so it looks like 3 goes in everything. I have an r squared, an r, and an s, so I can't factor. I can factor an s squared out, that's it. And that's going to leave me 5r squared plus 2r minus 4. And I think we're just doing greatest common factor, so we don't have to check if that factors. This next one looks like we can factor out a 6. And then I have x fourth, x squared, x, so I can factor out an x squared, and then I can factor out a singleton y, so I factor 6x squared y out of 48, x squared, and then y, and then minus 6, if I factor 6 out of 36, x squared, there's no x's and y, there's no, all of that factored out, plus factor 6 out of 30, I get 5x y to the third, and that's as far as you can go with those. All right, so factor completely, and then we want to set them equal to 0. So these ones where you just have x squared, what two numbers multiply to give me 10, add to give me negative 7, and I'm going to go negative 2 and negative 5. Set each of those equal to 0, so I get positive 2, and x is equal to positive 5. This next one, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to factor a 5 out first, and that's going to give me x squared plus 18x, and then I have a plus. I'm going to bring this 400 over by adding it and factor a 5 out at the same time. So that's going to give me 80. And then we don't have to really worry about this. So we're just going to say what two numbers multiply to give me 80, add to give me 18. And I say that's going to be 10 and 18, or 80. Let's see, 80 to get 18, 10 and 8. All right, set those equal to 0, so I get negative 10 and I get negative 8. This next one, nothing really to factor out, so what we're going to do is we're going to add the 75 to both sides, divide each side by 3, root. So I'm going to get, and don't forget the plus or minus 5. For this particular problem, I could factor a x out of everything, and then it's going to leave me 2x squared minus 17x squared to the first, so that's squared, minus 9. So this is going to get me x equals 0. So there's our first answer. And then we're going to factor this. What two numbers multiply to give me negative 18? Add to give me negative 17. And so that's going to be 2x squared minus 18x plus 1x minus 9. Let's factor a 2x out of both of those. That's going to be x minus 9. Factor a 1 out. So then x minus 9, that's so x equal to 9. There's another 0. And then 2x equals negative 1. Divide each side by 2. So I have three things that are circled because all three of those are my answers. Number 9, we're going to bring the 19x squared over, set it equal to 0. If we multiply that, I'm going to get negative 150. So what multiplies to give me negative 150, adds to give me negative 19. I would say I wouldn't give one of these to you on the test. I mean, this is pretty tough. Uh, let's see, 15 times 10. I'm trying to go through. I much doubt you'd see something that big on the test. On this 9, I'm going to go ahead and bring the 24 over by subtracting it. Multiply these together so I get negative 48. What two numbers multiply together to give me negative 48, add together to give me negative 13. And so that's going to be negative 5, negative 8. multiplied negative 48. Okay, so 1 and 48, no. 2 and 24, no. 3 and 16. There we go, 3 and 16. X squared minus 16x plus 3x minus 24. Divide each side by 2x, so I'm going to get x minus 8 plus 3x minus 8. Set those equal to 0, so x is equal to 8. And 2x equals negative 3, x equals negative 3 over 2. So then there's my two answers. We're going to skip down a little bit. This one's fine to do. I'm not going to worry about this one. This is going to factor down to give me 9x and x minus 4. So this gives me x equals 0, and this gives me x equals 4. I think we can go ahead and skip 13. Just the numbers are too big. I just don't think you would come across those on a test. So I'm going to add 72, divide each side by 50. So I'm going to get x squared equals 36 over 25 because 2 goes into both. Root, root. Don't forget the plus minus. So x equals plus or minus 6 over 5. All right, we want to go ahead and put this back into standard form. So I'm going to FOIL this. And I have that 1/2 out front, so I'm going to have 2x squared minus 3x plus 8x is plus 5x minus 12. Multiply everything by half, so I'm going to get x squared plus 5 over 2x minus 6. That's now in standard form. Put this in standard form, so let's FOIL this first part. So if I FOIL it, I'm going to x minus 1 times x minus 1. So I'm going to get x squared minus 2x plus 1. Distribute the 3. And then add that 7 to the very end. And there it's in standard form. Convert to intercept form, which means I need to factor it. So I'm going to factor a negative 2 out. And then what two numbers multiply together to give me negative 20 and add to give me positive 1. So it's going to be plus 5 minus 4. So that's in intercept form. And if I want to put this in vertex form, remember we were working on this the other day. So half of 8 is 4. And 4 squared is 16. If I add 16, I'll subtract 16. So this is our perfect square. And that's going to give me negative 10. There's our vertex form. Okay, this one says describe using the vocabulary shift, stretch, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this has a vertical stretch of 3. It goes left 5, down 1. This has a compression, a vertical compression of 1/7, and it's going to go right 4. And I don't know if you need the compression or not. This one is going to be a vertical stretch of a factor of negative 2. Flip over the x-axis. This one flips over the x-axis and goes right 1, up 3. All right, so let's take a look. So they want intercept form, standard form. Okay, so intercept form is like when it looks like this. Something like that. Vertex form looks something like this. Maybe you have an A out front. And standard form is just ax squared plus bx plus c. So we just want you to know the difference. So this is in standard. Nope, this is in intercept form. Okay, so we don't know what the vertex is yet, but I do know that I do get positive 1 and positive 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our zeros are at 1, 0 and 7, 0. The y-intercept is, we plug 0 back in, you're going to get negative 1 times 7, so 0, 7, which is up here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our domain we know is going to be negative to positive infinity. We haven't found our vertex yet. So what do you think looks to be halfway in between there? So the distance from there is 6. I'm going to count over 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that takes me to 1, 2, 3, 4. So the axis of symmetry is x is equal to 4. The vertex is 4 comma something. Take the 4, plug it in here and here. 4 minus 1 is 3. 4 minus negative 7 is negative 3. That gives me a negative 9. So 4 negative 9 is down here. And we can draw that in. All right, so now we can get our range. Our range is going to go from negative 9 to infinity. All right, this is in standard form because it's not factored or anything like that. So remember, in standard form, I'm going to find my axis of symmetry, go negative b over 2a. So I'm going to get negative negative 6 over 2 times 1. That's going to be 6 over 2, which is 3. I know my x component, my vertex, plug that in. 3 squared is 9, minus 18 plus 12. So that's 21 minus 3, which is 3. So 3 comma 3 is our vertex. 2, 3, right there. Our zeros, we don't know if they're going to take place yet. If we pattern graph, it's going to be 1, 3, 5. So right one, up 1, left one, up 1, right one, up 3, left one, up 3, so on and so forth. So our zeros do not exist, okay, because this parabola opens upward. My y-intercept is going to be at 0, comma 12 because it's always 0, comma c. Our domain is negative to positive infinity. Our range is going to go from the y component of the vertex to infinity, and that's all done. This is going to be in vertex form because you just have one set of parentheses. Our vertex is going to be opposite of what's inside, same with what's outside, so negative 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to open down. If we pattern graph, right one down 1, left one down 1, right one down 3, left one down 3, so on and so forth. Okay, if I go right one down 5, 3, 4, 5, and left one down 5. So you notice I got the y-intercept. So the axis of symmetry is going to be x equals negative 3. Our zeros, they do exist, but they happen to be irrational. Okay, our y-intercept, if you plug 0 back in, we actually found it up above, but I plug 0 in. 0 plus 3 is 9. Or 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Negative, so 0, negative 2. Our domain is going to go from negative to positive infinity. Our range is coming from negative infinity up to the y component of the vertex, and we're done. This one is in, which form is this one? Intercept form. Oops, made a mistake. All right, move up nicely. Come on. Oh my gosh. All right, so this is in intercept form. Oops. All right, we're in intercept form on this one. So my vertex, our 0 is going to be negative 4, 0, and negative 2, 0. So if I bring this and make it a little bit bigger. So negative 2, 0 is here, negative 4, 0 is here. What's halfway in between those? Our axis symmetry is going to be x equals negative 3. Negative 3 is the x component of my vertex. Plug negative 3 into your x's. So negative 2 times 1 times negative 1. It's going to give me positive 2. That's right there. Our y-intercept, we're going to plug 0 in. It's going to be probably a big number. So 0 plus 4 is 4 times negative 2 is negative 8 times 2, so negative 16. So it's going to be off our graph. So here is our parabola. Our domain will be negative to positive infinity. Our range is going to go from negative infinity up to the y component of the vertex. This is in vertex form. So our vertex is going to be at 1, negative 8. So 1, negative 8 is down here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our axis of symmetry is x equals 1. Our zeros, we don't know, let's pattern graph. So our pattern graph is going to be 2, 6, 10 because I have that 2 up front. So if I go right 1 up 2, left 1 up 2, I found the y-intercept, which is great. We can figure that out later. And then I'm going to go right 1 up 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, and left 1 up 6. So I have my zeros at negative 1, 0, and 1, 2, 3, 3, 0. The y-intercept, now we plug it in. 0 plus 1 is 1. Negative 1 squared is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times, or 2 minus that is going to be negative 6. Works out. Domain is negative to positive infinity. Our range is going to go from the y component of our vertex to infinity. We're all done. Okay, this one is in standard form because we don't have any parabolas. So we're going to use that x equals negative b over 2a, where our a value is negative 3, our b value is 6. I have negative 6 over 2 times negative 3, which is going to give me the axis symmetry of x equals 1. It means my vertex is going to be 1 comma something. Plug 1 in here and here. 1 squared is 1. 1 times 3 is negative 3, plus 6 plus 1. So that's 3. That's going to give me 4. So 1 comma 4. Right there. This is opening down. We can pattern graph. It's not going to be 1, 3, 5. It's going to be negative 3, negative 9, negative 15. Because we multiply everything by that. So if I go right 1 down, 1, 2, 3, left 1 down, 3. On my y-intercept, right 1 down, 9. So we don't really have to do that. It's just going to be way down here. So our zeros are irrational because we don't know them right off the bat. Our y-intercept is going to be 0, comma 1, which we show. Our domain is negative to positive infinity. Our range is going to go from negative infinity up to the y component of the vertex. And that's a square bracket. Sorry about that. All right, now we're going to start solving these. So root, don't forget the plus minus. 24 is going to break down to 4 and 6. The reason I use 4 and 6 is 4 is the biggest perfect square. So I get plus or minus 2 root 6. This one I'm going to root. Don't forget the plus minus. So plus minus square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 4 is 2. All right, we're going to go ahead and add 6 to both sides. Divide both sides by 81. Root. Don't forget the plus minus. N equals plus or minus 6 over 80 breaks down to 16 times 5. So that's going to give me 4 root 5. Multiply both top and bottom by root 5. So that's plus or minus 6 root 5 over 20. And then you could reduce that. That becomes 3 over 10. So 3 plus or minus 3 root 5 over 10. This one we're going to go ahead and add 7 to both sides. Divide both sides by 3. Root. Don't forget the plus minus. So we're going to multiply top and bottom by root 30. And so it's going to give me root 30 on top over root 9, which is 3. And we're done. This problem is going to give me, I'm going to add 2 to both sides. I'm going to divide both sides by 4. So that's going to give me 50. Root, don't forget the plus minus. 50 is 25 times 2. So that's going to give me plus or minus 5 root 2. I'll multiply both sides by 3 on this one. So that's 60 root. X, or don't forget the plus minus. All right, so I'm going to break 60 down. 60 is going to break down to 4 times 15, so square root of 4 is 2, so I get 2 root 15. All right, number 15, I'm going to add 2 to both sides first. So it gives me 49. Root, don't forget the plus minus. X plus 4 is equal to plus or minus 7. Subtract 4 from both sides. So negative 4 plus 7 is 3. There's one answer. Negative 4 minus 7 is negative 11. Let's divide both sides by 3 on this one first. So I'm going to get x minus 1 quantity squared equals 27. Root, don't forget the plus minus. 27 breaks down to 9 times 3, so square 9 is 3, so I get 3 root 3. Add 1 to both sides. All right, now we're going to get into these, and we're going to start solving by completing the square. Okay, so first thing I want to do when I'm completing the square to solve, I want to move my value over and leave a space. So I'm going to subtract 27 from both sides. So that's going to give me negative 32. I'm going to take half. Remember, this negative sign comes down. Half of 16 is that. 8 squared is 64, so I'll add 64, add 64. So that's going to give me 32. Root. Don't forget the plus minus. X minus 8. 32 is going to break down to 16 times 2. So square root of 16 is 4, so I get 4 root 2. Add 8 to both sides. And we've just solved it. Number 38, we're going to go ahead and add 27 to both sides. So that's 34. I'm going to do this. So half of 1 is half. Half squared is 1/4. So if I add 1/4 over here, so I can make that, just for simple purposes, make that 34.25, because that'll be easier. Root. Actually, let's not make that 34.5. Let's do our quick way of adding fractions. So I can get a common denominator, or I can go 4 times 34. That's going to give me 16 carry the 1, 136 over 4. Add 1/4 to that. So I'm going to get 136 plus 1. So 137, so equals 137 over 4. Root, don't forget the plus minus. 137 will not break down. So root 137 over 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and subtract half from it. 137, squeeze in there, Chris, over 2. There you go. All right, last 2. So we're going to move the 1 over by subtracting it. We're going to go ahead and take half of negative 10, which is negative 5. Negative 5 squared is 25. Add 25 to both sides, so that gives me 19. Root, don't forget the plus minus. X minus 5 equals plus or minus 19. Add 5 to it. And there it is. All right, we'll move the 41 over by adding it. So that's going to give me 32. We're going to go ahead and take half of 4, which is negative 2. Negative 2 squared is positive 4. Add 4 to both sides. So that's 36. This will come out nice. Plus or minus root. So square root of 36 is 6. Add 2 to both sides. 2 plus 6 is 8. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. And I believe that is our entire thing. Cool. So hopefully you utilize this to help you on the test. Take care of one another. Have a great day.